So, since week after week, it's your thing that you love to just break the rules around here. This week, got a surprise for you, JMO. You look like you're ready to compete. So tonight, it's gonna be JMO, the rule breaker, versus a true rule breaker, Raul La Motta.
You can't do that.
I can, and I did. It's signed, so do me a favor, get your gear on and finish your sandwich. I'll see you later, bud. Have a good match.
Now it's time for a match that I made earlier tonight whenever I decided to have a sit-down discussion with JMO, who repeatedly over the last several weeks has gone against what I've asked of him, to the point that he's gone against what I've demanded of him, which is to respect his fellow wrestler and not go out of his way to try to injure everyone that he steps into the ring with. Because he has gone against my wishes, I put him in this match against Raul La Motta, a man who himself has a lot to prove.
Apparently you people don't know who I am. Y'all should be on your feet, ready to cheer me when I walk through that curtain. Ladies and gentlemen, weighing in a starting 284 pounds from Orlando, Florida, JMO Jesse Morris.
You know, a good point was just presented to me.
Jason said, frankly, I don't care who you bring out here to fight me, I'm still going out on top.
He knows that I know Shane Mercer, right? He knows that I know Congo Kong, right? Well, like I was saying just a few minutes ago, this is a man who has a lot to prove, not just to the fans of Grindhouse Pro Wrestling, but also to himself, as Raul La Motta was dismissed from the Bad Dude Gang for being what they perceive to be the weak link.
His opponent, about to enter the ring, Raul La Motta.
Fans may not love Raul La Motta, but they definitely understand his plight. Having been accepted into the Bad Dude Gang, Raul La Motta is part of several pro wrestling stables since I've been watching his career over 10 years ago when he was a member of the Cruel Administration. He went from that to being a member of Los Locos with his tag team partner Anarquia, who's in TNA, also known as Lowrider. Following that, he was a member of a group known as Bolin Services 2.0. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Raul La Motta was also a member of the Coalition, which is a group in Ohio Valley Pro Wrestling, and then he comes here to Grindhouse Pro Wrestling, starts teaming up with Apollo as a member of the Vet Express. Unfortunately, that team has been dismantled now that Raul La Motta has been taken out of the Bad Dude Gang, only the most recent stable that Raul's part of. That's really difficult to get out because of one woman who kept screaming, check his hands. But I made it through. If you want to PayPal me or congratulate me, you can definitely do so. JMO definitely a powerhouse here at Grindhouse Pro Wrestling. Somebody who I genuinely don't believe needs the use of a steel chair or a briefcase in order to get a victory or to make a point, but instead I think he just prefers the use of weaponry, which if that's the case, I could just as easily put him in a Bakagajin rules match, and maybe if he decides to cheat in this match against La Motta, I might do just that. Raul La Motta getting a little more than frustrated with the fact that JMO doesn't want to step in the ring, which is kind of surprising considering only a few weeks ago Raul La Motta was doing pretty much the same thing, dancing around, getting the contest started, getting into the head of his opponents, which maybe he's scouting here from JMO. JMO, who 2 months ago had a stellar match against Colt Cabana. Wow, what a celebration. What a celebration for the fact that he ducked under a tie-up here. You'd think he won the lottery. That or got a free sub sandwich.
You didn't think I could move that fast, did you?
Subway, their $5 footlongs coming back this February. In no way whatsoever affiliated with Grindhouse, but JMO was eating a sub sandwich earlier, so I felt the need to mention it. Now La Motta showing why he too knows his way around a wrestling ring. The referee kind of losing control of this match here. He doesn't. I mean, you can't really encourage these guys to go at each other. They're not really dancing outside the rules. They're just getting frustrating here. Now La Motta back with JMO into the corner here. Referee trying to admonish him for that. Claiming that Raul pulled his hair here. Rudo saying very clearly he has in the past been known to pull some wrestlers' hair, but this time not the case. JMO frustratingly trying to fight against the fact that that indeed may have happened. It's as if Goldberg changed his name to Liar. The fans letting JMO know exactly what they think about him. Either way, this match has been a little more than frustrating for both parties. For JMO, for the fact that he can't get the upper hand on La Motta, which he's already. It seems like every time JMO looks like he could dictate the pace of this match, he instead takes a chance to gallivant and show himself off here, instead of staying locked on his man, which could very easily backfire, as it seems like it could do, especially the seasoned veteran like Raul La Motta, who was wrestling as far back as when Stone Cold Steve Austin was the champion. Now La Motta getting a little frustrated with the fact that he's staying within the rules, but JMO is dancing outside those rules. Now La Motta showing exactly why you don't mess with. You can't BS a BSer, basically. JMO claims that he wins. He's coming over to me. I'm trying to take a look at my notes here. JMO is probably the only wrestler here at Grindhouse Pro Wrestling who's not going out every single week trying to get better and better at actual pro wrestling, but rather trying to cut corners, trying to do everything he can to get a victory without actually having to wrestle. And that's what it looks like he's doing here in this match against Raul La Motta. What JMO needs to do is challenge himself every week, go in there with some of the best, which truly Raul La Motta is one of the best. Because in just a few weeks, JMO's going to be taking on Ace Jackson as part of the Grindhouse tournament, and he's not going to do very well if he keeps on getting slammed to the canvas, just as he has here by Raul La Motta. Over and over again, Raul La Motta has proven time and time again throughout his career he has what it takes to rise to the top. Raul La Motta is a former tag team champion on Ohio Valley Wrestling. And right there, he just got poked in the eye by JMO Jesse Morris. Big choke in the corner by JMO here, who, once again, the gentleman is not in any way, shape, or form attempting to have a wrestling match. Instead, he's more trying to show just how good he is without having to wrestle. Right there, he threw Raul La Motta back first into that turnbuckle. Throwing some big kicks to the stomach here. JMO, a true powerhouse, throwing those kicks, throwing those punches. He's got a lot of muscle behind each one of those strikes. Big double axe handle, another kick to the stomach here. looks like he's getting a little bit frustrated, choking La Motta in his corner. He's now struggling to catch his breath. Referee Daniel getting a little frustrated here.
Ref, I'm not doing this all day with you. Quick count.
Jeez. Cutting off the breathing of Raul La Motta. Now, that may very well help JMO get through this tournament. JMO now digging into his shirt. What is he? What's he got, a sandwich? What the hell's in his hand? It looks like he's got some kind of weapon. Like he had brass knuckles or something, or maybe like a roll of quarters to reinforce his fist. Either way, it definitely hurt La Motta. Now JMO with another big shot. Keeps stuffing down into his shirt. Looks like in the top of his tights. You know, every single week I try to tell JMO he needs to stay inside the rules. Quit using weapons, but trying to give JMO the benefit of the doubt to show that he really is as good a wrestler as I say he is. The man can get in there and go hold for hold with some of the best, as he did just a few weeks ago with Colt Cabana. JMO can have a great wrestling match. JMO can go in there with any professional wrestler and go the distance with him in any type of match, whether he's wrestling against a luchador, a powerhouse, a technical wrestler. He knows his way around the ring, but instead what he's doing lately is he's relying on viciousness, on weaponry, and I can't debate the fact that it's gone well for JMO, but now he's getting a striking match with Raul La Motta. He's trying to set him up for that back body drop, but instead he gets kicked in the gut here by JMO, who I'm just getting frustrated watching him wrestle anymore, man. I know the guy's good. That's the thing that bothers me about Jesse Morris is I know he's a good wrestler, but he's not wrestling. Now, and just like I said, over and over again, he has to use weapons. As for the use of a steel chair here, La Motta looked like he was wincing from it. Oh, wow. Nah, referee Daniel knows way better than that. He tried to pull a book or a page out of the book of Eddie Guerrero. Cheating, Death, Stealing, Life, available on Amazon.com. And now La Motta handing the briefcase to referee Daniel as JMO gets caught trying to cheat. Now he's got something in his tights there. Oh, there's Rudo. There's. Uh-oh, he just tossed something in the middle of the ring here.
Come on, JMO, let's fight. Come on.
JMO just dropped something, looks like a battery maybe? Is that what he's been using? After Raul La Motta poked JMO in the eye, he tossed something out of his hand here. Now La Motta picking it up. JMO has no idea that he's got it. Oh, damn it. Big shot to the stomach of Raul La Motta ends this match. JMO assaulting La Motta. Over and over again, week after week. JMO keeps going after these different limbs, these different wrestlers. This has to end one way or the other. I don't. And now, Crimson Dagger coming in to break this up, and look what he's got. Look what he's got in his hand. If it's a kendo stick. Just like the one that the Masked Man's been using.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of the contest due to disqualification, Raul La Motta.
How bizarre is it that Ace Jackson, wielding that Singapore cane that he's used in the past to help the Bad Dude Gang, which Raul La Motta was once a member of.